Hi everybody, my name is Paula and I'd like to welcome you back to my Real Polish Fanatic little corner of YouTube. Thank you so much for stopping in and spending some of your day with me. I do appreciate you being here. Today is Little Box of Horrors Day for October 2025. Little Box of Horrors, the theme is villains. And if you're not familiar with Little Box of Horrors, just really quick, first of all, you can find them at LBoHorrors.com. LBoHorrors.com. I will link that in the description box along with the Facebook group. And I have two polishes from What Addiction that will be new, and then I have one polish that she is reanimating, which just means it's an older polish that she's had in a previous box and she's bringing it back for sale once again here in October. And then I have two new polishes from Victorian Varnish to share with you, so 5 polishes all together. Little Box of Horrors, just really quickly, is one of those collab boxes where lots of different makers come together and create something around a central theme. Like I said, October 2025's theme is villains, so that should be a good one. This is a pre-order. Little Box of Horrors is always a pre-order. You will place your orders during the open window, and then the Little Box of Horrors headquarters lets all the makers know how many items they sold. They have about a week to get them made up and shipped to headquarters, and then headquarters turns around and ships them all to us. So it usually takes about a month between ordering and getting it in the mail. Sometimes just getting it shipped, sometimes actually receiving it, but usually about a month, a little more maybe. And the shop, Little Box of Horrors, has the same dates every single month. Wishlisting opens on the 19th of every month. They usually try to do that about noon Pacific time. And then the store opens on the 22nd and closes on the 30th. Those days stay the same every month, and all that will be in the description box in case you need a refresher, along with the links to the website and the Facebook group. Facebook group often has a spoiler thread so you can see what's coming for October, or at some point they'll put up November's also, so you can see what's coming a little bit early if you are in that Facebook group. But like I said, I have 2 new polishes from What Addiction, 1 reanimation from What Addiction, and then 2 new polishes from Victorian Varnish to share with you. So let's go ahead, we're gonna turn the camera around and we're just gonna jump right in. All right, we are going to start with What Addiction's 2 new polishes that she's going to have in October. First up, again, the theme is villains. First up is this beauty. This one is called Very Bad Voodoo. This was inspired by Shadow Weaver of Masters of the Universe. It is described as a berry base with orange gold, pink purple shimmer, fuchsia orange gold flakes, micro black glitter, a touch of reflective glitter, and micro holographic flakes. This one's going to be $13.50 with a cap of 50. Looks beautiful. I already have these on swatch wheels. I'm going to put them live on my nails as we go along here in this video. So here is Very Bad Voodoo. We have it in 1 coat. This is 2 coats. This is 3 coats with a matte top coat. Loving that with that matte top coat. That really gets those flakes jumping out at us. Let's go in and put on a 3rd coat right here. Excellent formulas as always. So here we have Very Bad Voodoo in 1 coat, 3 coats, 3 coats matte. Gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful. And I did put these over black also, so that one over black right here just leaves all those pretty kind of pinky purple flakes behind. There it is. 3 coats on its own, 1 coat over black. The black does have a glossy top coat. And like I said, we're just gonna put these things on live right here with us as we go. Let's put on the 1st coat here. You can see that goes on very nicely. does seem to be a jelly base, so you will need at least 2, if not 3 coats, but there it is in just 1. And up next, new from What Addiction, this beauty. This one is called Mistress of All Evil. This one is inspired by Evil Lyn Skeletor's second in command from Masters of the Universe. It was described as a black base filled with bronze, red, orange, purple shimmer, violet and fuchsia, and green, red, blue, gold flakes. This one also will be $13.50 with a cap of 50. Beautiful. Look at that blurry shot there, all those different colors. And that one on the swatch wheel we have right here in 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats matte. Very pretty. Again, love a flaky with a matte top coat. Let's go in and put on a 3rd coat right here for you. That does build it up nicely. So here we have Mistress of All Evil from What Addiction. 1 coat, 3 coats, 3 coats matte. What Addiction polishes are 15 milliliters. So pretty. There's a lot of little sparkles coming through there. Loving the green and pink and purple. That's mostly the flake colors I'm seeing. Gorgeous. And let's put this one on my nail. Again, goes on very nice and smooth, very nice. Love all the little sparkles. Does this have no reflective glitter? I see a lot of little sparkles in there, but it did not mention reflective. Bronze, red, orange, purple shimmer, violet and fuchsia, and green, red, blue, gold flakes. Pretty. And that one over black is right here again. That just leaves all those little glitter. Here's that one, 3 coats on its own, and the 1 coat over black. And then her reanimation polish from What Addiction, this beautiful bright yellow. Look how pretty this is. This one's called Sunset Blush. This was inspired by a rosy maple moth. This was from back in May 2025. The theme for that month was creepy bugs. So this was inspired by the rosy maple moth, a yellow jelly base with pink shimmer. I don't know for sure the cap on this one. I think it's gonna be $13.50, and it will have a cap of at least 25, but she may have moved all of her caps up to 20 or up to 50 now, but there'll be at least 25, I would think, available. I did not put this one on the swatch wheel. I just kind of wanted to mention it because this is a reanimation shade, and that just means it was first issued back in May of this year, and she is bringing it back this month, and they call that reanimation. I will put this on my thumb though while we are here. Put this on in a first coat. There that is in 1 coat. We'll go through and put on subsequent coats. I've already dinged this one up, that first one, but what else is new? Can't get through a manicure without dinging something. All right, let's take a look at Victorian Varnish's 2 new polishes for October 2025. Little Box of Horrors. Beautiful. This one is called Silly Me. Silly Me is a reflective, as you can see there. The inspiration for this one was the Joker, and it is a berry grape base with an intense pink to purple to green shimmer with loads of pink and purple reflective glitter. This one will be $13.50 with a cap of 150. Victorian Varnish's bottles are 17 milliliters. So Silly Me on the swatch wheel right here, we have it in 1 coat. This is 2 coats, 3 coats with a matte top coat. Love this one, love the shade of, it's kind of a mauvey rosy pink. And then it has this green and purple is mostly what I'm seeing as far as like little glitter bits in there, just with my eye, that's what I'm seeing. So here we have it now, 1 coat, 3 coats, 3 coats matte. Look at all that sparkle. This is a beauty, this is pretty. And that one over black is right here, that leaves all that kind of green shimmer, and then you can still see that sort of pinky purple reflective glitter coming through. Very fun. And that one is right there, 3 coats on its own, 1 coat over black. Very, very different look if you layer that over darker colors. And let's get that one on the snail. Goes on very nicely. You can still see your nail line through there, so we'll definitely need at least 2 coats for that one, but that is a beauty. Love that. Love all the sparkles coming through. And then Victorian Varnish's second new polish. Look at this. So fun, a little glitter bomb. This one is called Brilliant, Bad, and a Little Bit Mad. This was inspired by Harley Quinn. It is a sheer large particle shimmer sparkly base with an assortment of glitters in red, black, and white. Can be used as a topper or by itself. So fun. I feel like I'm seeing little twinkles of blue in there too. So that one on the swatch wheel. I've done a little bit of playing with this one too. I'm going to show you this one over quite a few different colors if you want to use it as a topper. But here it is, just 1 coat all by itself. This was just 2 coats with a matte top coat. And this one here was her first polish, Silly Me. 2 coats of that with 1 coat of Brilliant Bad and a Little Bit Mad used as a topper over that reflective glitter. That's kind of fun. Let's go in and I'll show you how this comes out. We'll do a second coat here. The glitter all came out very nicely. Distributes very well. So there that is now in 2 coats, and this was just 2 coats with a matte top coat, in case you wanted to do that. So this does have a very sparkly base. So when she says you could wear it by itself, you'd probably still see nail line. I'm going to put it on my finger here so we'll see for sure. But it does seem to have a lot of sparkle and shimmer, so that may help hide a little nail line. But let's take a look. Let's go ahead, get this one on my nail. In the first coat. A lot of glitter, you can see a whole lot comes out. So there it is, it was just 1 coat. This may actually build up very nicely on its own, but there it is in just 1 coat. Loving those white glitters look to be matte. And then I think the black and red are shiny. So that's very fun. And I did not show you that one over black is right here, just really leaves. It looks like a blue shimmer. That larger particle shimmer it has must be blue. She did not say that, but she says a sheer large particle shimmer sparkly base. I'm seeing a lot of blue in here, so I think that's probably the sparkly base. And then it just leaves with this one kind of the red and white glitter because you lose all the black ones there in that black base. And here is that. 2 coats on its own and then 1 coat over black. Let's put a second coat of these on my nails, and then I'll show you some of the layering that I did with that last Victorian Varnish. So up first from What Addiction, we had Very Bad Voodoo. Here it is. I did smudge it a little bit up there at the tip, but here it is in 1 coat. Let's put on our second coat. That builds up beautifully. Loving those flakes. They kind of almost get into a pond effect with that second coat because it is a jelly base. So the first coat gets covered by the second coat of jelly plus more flakes, and it kind of buries that first coat of flakes, but you can see them twinkling through. Very, very fun. And just to let you know, What Addiction brushes, very, very nice, wide rounded paddle brushes. That is beautiful. Let me see. Let me find, see if this helps with color. Yeah, that's better color-wise. So, so fun. This is beautiful. I'm loving that. It's like a jelly sandwich. That's where you would have a coat of a jelly polish and then a glitter polish and then a second coat of a jelly polish. And you can see all the sparkles kind of coming through the jelly. This is sort of built-in jelly sandwich. That's beautiful. And then the second polish from What Addiction was Mistress of All Evil. That's this one, the black base. Let's put on our second coat. Goes on so nicely. That also so pretty. This one would be kind of fun for even Mardi Gras because I'm seeing just a lot of green and purple in that black base. So pretty. And one thing I really like about What Addiction, when she has 2 polishes like this in a collab box, she really tries to kind of coordinate them because this beautiful purple, there's those purple glitter in that one. So I think that they go quite nicely together. You can see a lot of green in that second one, the Mistress of All Evil, which the first one, Very Bad Voodoo, does not have. But I think they coordinate very nicely together. And I love that she always seems to try to do that, coordinate her 2 polishes. And then let's take a look at Sunset Blush in a second coat. This pretty yellow that she's bringing back, What Addiction, for reanimation. This one was first sold in May, I think. Yes, May of 2025, this one was first sold. So if you want to see it applied and everything on a swatch wheel, you could go back and look for my May Little Box of Horrors video and you'll be able to see it all in that one. But you can see it going on my nail here. Look at how smooth that went on. It is so even and so smooth, which is really nice to see from a yellow polish. A lot of times yellows are a little bit streaky. That is beautiful in 2 coats. You can still see your nail lines, so you will want to do a third one. But that's beautiful. It's not like really sunshiny yellow either. It's sort of a muted yellow, which is really nice, especially for this, fall going into winter, kind of a transition time. Very nice. And then the first polish from Victorian Varnish here, Silly Me. That beautiful reflective. There it is in just 1 coat. put on a second coat. That does deepen that up very nicely. There it is now in 2 coats. Kind of loving this base color. Like I said, it's sort of a mauvey rose. Let me see with the black again. That looks pretty color accurate there, half on and half off that black. Sort of like a mauvey rose, and then you just get lots of green and kind of pinky purple reflective glitter coming through. I can still see my nail line, so I would probably want to do a 3rd coat of that one. So we will do that in a moment. And then this next one from Victorian Varnish, Brilliant Bad and a Little Bit Mad. This glitter that we can see, it can be used as a topper. And let's see how it would look all on its own in a 2 coats. So that really does fill it in quite well. That's just 2 coats. You would probably see nail line through there, but it is so much going on. I don't know that you would really notice it all that much. Let's see with the black here. Very fun. I think doing a 3rd coat of that might be a little bit much. I think these 2 are good. These 2 What Addictions, I think those are good in 2 coats. I'm gonna leave those at 2. Well, I have to do 3 of some of the others, so we'll do it just so you can see what it would look like. But here is Very Bad Voodoo. There it is in 2 coats. I would definitely wear it like that, but let's see, maybe a 3rd coat will make it even nicer. Putting on a 3rd coat here. That does give you even more of that kind of pond effect, because now the 1st and the 2nd coats are now covered with another layer of the jelly. That's beautiful. Maybe it is better in 3 coats actually. 2 was fine for nail line, but 3 just adds even more kind of embedded sparkle and depth, and this is really, really gorgeous. This is really, really gorgeous. I'm seeing like some oranges and some kind of golden colors. Let's see, this one said it was a berry base with orange, gold, pink, purple shimmer, fuchsia orange gold flakes, micro black glitter, and a touch of reflective glitter and micro holographic flakes. That is so pretty. Love, love. And What Addiction's 2nd new polish, Mistress of All Evil. Here's that one in 2 coats again. I would have thought that would have been just fine in just 2. Let's go ahead and do a 3rd and see what happens. Here that is in 2 coats now. Very nice. I think 2 or 3. I don't think the 3rd added all that much to it. Not like this one, but and 2 was fine as far as nail line from what I could tell. So I think 2 coats you should be okay. 2 or 3 for sure. Very pretty. We'll go through and do bottle shots and everything here in just a minute. And then we had her Reanimation Sunset Blush. There it is in 2 coats. Very smooth, very nice. Just a little bit of nail line still showing. So let's put on a 3rd coat. That actually covers the nail line quite well. I think you could probably still see it, but that pink shimmer is going to help to hide it a little bit. And yeah, it's just, this is very, very pretty. It's almost mustardy. It's a very muted yellow. It's not like taxi cab yellow. It's not sunshiny yellow. It is a little bit more muted and almost mustardy. And I think that pink shimmer probably helps with that a little bit. This is very, very pretty. I love this as a transition into fall and early winter. And then you can turn right back around and wear it again in the spring and summer. Gorgeous. All right. And then Victorian Varnish's first polish, Silly Me, that beautiful reflective. Yeah, that's gonna help. That's gonna cover up all that nail line. That deepens it up just a little bit more. Very pretty. Loving the green sparkles, and it looks like maybe purpley pink, maybe red. Does it say anything about red? This is a berry grape base with an intense pink to purple to green shimmer with loads of pink and purple reflective glitters. Yeah, so pretty. Really like that one a lot. And I don't know if a third coat, I'll do it. I'll put on a very thin third coat. So many glitter come out. Well, I would say you can, I think that's pretty opaque actually. So I guess you can absolutely wear this all on its own. Probably 2 or 3 coats, just depending on how much you hate nail line, because I think at 2 you would probably see some, but there's so much going on, I'm not sure how noticeable it would be. But there it is in 3. Very, very fun. All right, let's take one more look at these, and I'll give you some bottle shots, and then I'll show you some layering with that Victorian Varnish. So first up from What Addiction was Very Bad Voodoo. Here, that one is on the swatch wheel. In 1 coat, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. Love, 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 love. Let me put the black here behind it. Yeah, that's good, I think. 3 coats matte, 3 coats glossy, 1 coat all on its own. Gorgeous. This one is Very Bad Voodoo. This one comes from What Addiction. 1 coat, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. This one will be $13.50 with a cap of only $50. Gorgeous. And that one on me is right here in 3 coats with a glossy top coat. Love, love, love. Love the dimension. Love the layering of this, where you can kind of just see like little bits of sparkle coming down through all 3 of those coats. Gorgeous. And the second one from What Addiction, Mistress of All Evil. Here's that one in 1 coat, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. Again, love. So sparkly, very pretty. Very, very pretty. This one is Mistress of All Evil in 1 coat, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. This one also $13.50 with a cap of $50. And both of those come to us from What Addiction. And that one on me is right here in 3 coats with a glossy top coat. Gorgeous. And then What Addiction's Reanimation Polish. I'm really loving this. Really, really love this. This one is Sunset Blush. There it is in 3 coats with a glossy top coat. Just this beautiful kind of muted yellow with that pink shimmer, very strong pink shimmer. Gorgeous. This one was from May 2025. So if you want to see the whole video on this one, you can go back and look for my Little Box of Horrors video for the May release. You'll be able to see all about this one. This is her Reanimation. This one also is $13.50. I'm not positive on the cap of this one, but I would think at least 25 and maybe 50. And then the first polish that Victorian Varnish is bringing us for October Little Box of Horrors, this gorgeous reflective Silly Me. That one on the swatch wheel is right here in 1 coat, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. I just have 1 coat of a glossy top coat, and it's really very smooth. I did not use a glitter grabber, and even on my nail here, very, very smooth. So your mileage may vary with that, but I would think just 1 coat of a glossy top coat, no more, maybe just 2 coats of a glossy top coat if you don't have a glitter grabber. But this is so pretty. 1 coat, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. Love this. Love that shade of rosy mauvey pink. And then all that green shimmer, and then the reflectives, which are kind of purpley. Even with the matte top coat, very, very fun. This one is Silly Me in 1 coat, 3 coats, 3 coats matte. This one also $13.50. It will have a cap of 150. If you're not familiar with caps, that just means how many bottles the maker thinks that they can make in the time frame, and or how much ingredients they have, or bottles, or whatever it might be. Sometimes makers are able to go in and raise those caps, but sometimes they're not. So if there's anything with a cap, especially if it's a lower cap, you may want to try to get there as close to open as you can, because there is always the possibility they could sell out. And Victorian Varnish's second polish, Brilliant, Bad, and a Little Bit Mad. This beautiful one. I'm going to show you some layering things here in just a moment with that one. But here that is in 2 coats with a glossy top coat and 2 coats with a matte top coat. And then here it is just 1 coat over the Silly Me polish. Just to show you that as a layering option. And I didn't show you this one. Here's Silly Me on me in 3 coats with a glossy top coat. And 3 coats there on the swatch wheel. And then this one here, 3 coats on me. And that does really fill in quite well. If you like this look, you could absolutely wear it on its own. But there it is, 3 coats on me with a glossy top coat, and then 2 coats on the swatch wheel, both glossy and matte. So that's just very, very fun. Just lots and lots of glitter. We got that kind of blue shimmer back there behind it. This one is Brilliant, Bad, and a Little Bit Mad in 2 coats there on the swatch wheel. And so I took that one, Brilliant, Bad, and a Little Bit Mad, and what I did is I put that over a red cream, or kind of a crelly. So here I have 2 coats of a red crelly with 1 coat of that Brilliant, Bad, and a Little Bit Mad. Very, very fun. It leaves behind a lot of the shimmer you can see, and then you can see the red or you can see the black and the white glitter. The red get a little bit lost in that one. Here I took like a really dark blue, kind of a very dark kind of navy blue, 2 coats of that cream, and then 1 coat of the topper from Victorian Varnish. That's very fun. That would be fun for like even like a 4th of July or some sort of patriotic here in the US holiday. Very fun. Here I did it over a silver, kind of a silver metallic kind of a polish. That's also very fun. Here I did it over a gold metallic kind of polish. Both of those very, very fun for the holidays even, with that silver and gold. Here I did it over a white with, it's kind of an off-white with a, let me see, what is this one? It has like a blue-purple shimmer, an off-white with a blue-purple shimmer in it, and then 1 coat of this. That's very fun. And then here I did it over like a hot pink. Also really like that one. So here it is. Definitely can be layered over just about any color, because it's just red, white, and black. It goes with almost everything. Very, very fun as a layering possibility also. And all of these is brilliant bad and a little bit mad. You can see it over all those different colors. Fun, fun. All right, I think that's all I have to show you. So let's go and turn the camera around and finish this up. All right, so that was the little box of horrors for October, I just want to say August, October 2025. Theme once again is villains. Love that. I got 2 from What Addiction. Love, love, love. I think my very top pick is this first purple, Very Bad Voodoo. Love, love, love. Here's that one on me. Love that. I love the depth of it. The sparkles that shine through that jelly base. Love. Both of these are 15 milliliter size bottles from What Addiction. $13.50 each. Both of them have a cap of 50. And then we have her reanimation polish, that pretty yellow right there on my thumb. I think this would be a very nice color on lots of different skin tones. I think it actually looks quite nice on my skin tone. And this one also, $13.50, not positive of the cap of this one. This one was Sunset Blush, and this will be from What Addiction in the reanimation area. And then the 2 polishes from Victorian Varnish. Victorian Varnish's polishes are 17 milliliter in size. Each of these are $13.50 with a cap of 150. And I'm really loving this kind of rosy, mauvey, reflective glitter one. Gorgeous. So those are my 2 top picks. One from What Addiction and one from Victorian Varnish. But they're all beautiful, and this one gets a very high mark also, that yellow. So pretty. But that is what I have to show you today for the Little Box of Horrors, October 2025. I'd love to hear from you in the comments, whatever is on your mind. What did you think of any of these polishes? Any of them catch your eye? Love. So pretty. And I'd like to give a big shout out and thank you to Anna from What Addiction and Tammy from Victorian Varnish for sending these to me as gifted PR. Even though it's gifted PR, all thoughts, views, and opinions are always my own. Thank you so much, both of you, for sending these to me. That is all I have. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I am just gonna say goodbye for now.